and I apologize for not having this up last night, but I was having severe technical difficulty last night, or during class yesterday. And it's first thing in the morning, so my voice is still pretty scratchy, so just bear with me. So our assignment is Who Discovered America, and if you are on our home page, it is under Who Discovered America. You'll also see underneath there, I actually should have put it above, is a virtual and quarantine student announcement. I'll try to keep those on there for you guys so that you can keep up. If you notice, I've kept your stuff in this kind of tan color, so you can always look for that color when it pertains to you. So we're going to talk about this Who Discovered America, and if we click this link and then click this link, you end up at this project. So what we talked about yesterday in class was the idea of discovering America. If I were to bring in 10 different historians, maybe one or two might agree, but for the most part, they would all disagree. I'm walking to close my door. They would probably all disagree about who actually discovered America. We could talk about what does discovery mean, and if we look at the assignment, you see at the very last the first paragraph, those last sentences, who should deserve the credit? Whose story is most valid, meaning whose story has the most concrete evidence? Should the title go to those who are actually here first, and even though they didn't stay, they discovered it and went back home, or those who did the most with it? So you're going to be a historical detective. And again, it says with a partner. No one's using a partner. In class, we're not using partners. You're doing this all by yourself. You're going to analyze various accounts of the discovery and settlements of America. You will determine which group deserves the most credit as the founders of America. So if you're looking for a title, please don't use the title of the assignment, Who Discovered America, because I don't really like that, but use Founders of America if you feel like you need a title. I say a Google slideshow, and that again was because we were doing it as partners, and Google slideshows were easy to share back and forth between partners. But if you want to do this in a Google Doc, please feel free to do this in a Google Doc, because basically, as one of my students pointed out, you're kind of sort of writing an essay. And again, when I say presentation in class, we're never presenting. It just means it needs to be put in a mode for presentation. So it should be polished, put together as if you were going to present it to class. And then lastly, please note the sources are secondary sources. They're all out of encyclopedias. I think I cite my sources. I'm not sure yet, but it's early in the year. So again, read through, decide who you think should be given credit, decide which documents best support your theory, be able to explain why you chose those documents, be able to explain why your choice is superior, and again, however you want to put this forward. So document 1 credits the Chinese. I don't cite my sources, do I? That's bad, Mrs. Norris. Document 2 is John Cabot or Giovanni, because he is Italian, not English. Document 3, the Norse, those are the Vikings. Document 4 is a little group of Irish saints. So that's probably one that you've not ever read before. It's very interesting. Document 5 is probably one that you have heard of before. That's Jamestown. Document 6 is Amerigo Vespucci. I'm going to stop at Amerigo Vespucci for just a moment because I want to make sure that you understand that using the documents. So, of course, you're going to use a document of the person that you agree with, right? That will make sense. I agree that Amerigo Vespucci should be given the credit for the founding of America. Now, how do I use the other documents to prove this one? So what I'm going to say about Amerigo Vespucci is he should be given credit because he mapped it, he named it, and then I would say people such as Giovanni, as seen in document 2, and Christopher Columbus, seen in document 9, would have never been able to get to North America without the aid in the map of Amerigo Vespucci. So that's how you would use the other documents to prove that your person is the most important. Don't use that argument. That was mine. Okay. Lastly, document 7 is First Peoples. So for those of you that are like our new progressive historians that say, America was never discovered because people were already here, and they should get the credit because if you look, they've been here since 10,000 BCE. Document 8 is the Lost Colony of Roanoke with Sir Walter Raleigh. And then document 9 is Christopher Columbus. So again, make sure that you think about the assignment. Think about how and why you want to give credit. Think about why the other ones should not, and use those documents to support your why not as well. And so in your writings, the way that you refer to these documents would be as seen in document 4, as shown in document 10. We don't have a 10. Or in the excerpt referring to Columbus. So that's how you would do that. Lastly, again in this class, we're writing formalized papers, and your opinion is not to be found in the paper. So you should be using no pronouns. So you should not say, I think the credit should go to. Mark off that I think. The credit should go to. So you need to go back when you think you're finished with your paper and look for any I's and get rid of them, because that, again, is not the way you write a history paper. History papers are not written with pronouns, with personal pronouns, right? So just make sure that you are keeping this formalized and no pronouns, okay? So again, I apologize for the lateness of this. I hope maybe you were able to get started a little bit. I'm going to put this on this morning so it's available to you. Please let me know, as always, if you have any questions. You should also know that for virtual students, I cannot answer your emails during the teaching day. I am busy teaching, so your emails will be answered during my prep after 2 o'clock, or maybe even a little bit later. Okay? So have a great Friday. I hope your first week of virtual school was awesome. And those of you that are quarantined, I look forward to seeing you soon. My virtual students, we're in for the long haul, peeps. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.